All right, so second half of the solo. Probably the longest phrase we've dealt with so far. So let's break that down. We have the downbeat note that we were looking at in part 1. And then we have this. So going a little bit outside. So this note here is part of the D natural minor scale here. So the most convenient way to show you that is actually in this position, pattern 1 of the minor pentatonic scale. So we have the minor pentatonic scale here. Here's the B natural minor scale here. Contains a few more notes. The note that I was playing was actually the 2 now. So now we have 1, 2. So we have access to the second degree now in the key. Now this note, I just converted it down here for 2 reasons. Convenience sake, because I'm already here. And then I can just come here. I guess I can come up here as well too, but the other reason I chose to play it here and not here is for a tone reason too. You can kind of hear it has a little bit of I feel kind of a fatter sound if you're playing it on the second string. You hear that? It's cool, but it sounds a little bit thicker on the second string. So that's something else you can think about too. If you want almost a different tone, you can see about finding different ways to play notes on different strings to have a little bit different tones. So there I'm playing. And then I'm coming here. So this note, I'll play the full phrase first. I guess a way I can analyze this is I wanted to create a chromatic line. Now a chromatic line is when you have a line that's moving fret by fret down the fretboard. That's what's called a chromatic line. When you have I'm putting that note there as well too. I think I just wanted an extra note just to break up the chromaticism a bit. So if I take out that note, it still kind of sounds cool. Still sounds pretty cool. You can have it there, you don't have to have it. I think it's even cool if you drop this note down the octave and put it here. That might sound cool. Yeah, sounds pretty cool too. So yeah, you can experiment with stuff like that too. Alright, continuing the phrase. That's just pentatonic playing, again with that blue note. Alright, and then we have this. So at this point in the solo, this is where we take a look at the altered scale for the first time. So I'll play 1 octave of the B altered scale, which looks and sounds like this. Now this scale is super cool if you're trying to create some tension and some anticipation going into another chord, which is what I'm doing here. So the phrase that I played is, I'm skipping this note and this note in the scale. So, and then my target note is actually this note here. So this is what's important about using the altered scale. You have to think about the note that you're going to land on. At least that's one usage of the altered scale. So this note here, this is going back to the B natural minor scale again. I'll play that scale one more time. So and the reason that I chose that note specifically is because that moment in the chord changes we have the E natural minor scale, which is one of the notes inside of that chord, so it fits perfectly. So again, that's another good reason to think about what chords are happening behind you as you play a solo. That way you can do some much more melodic playing. And now we look at another altered scale, which is the F sharp altered scale. This note as well too. So that phrase, the chord happening underneath. Again, thinking about my ending place, which is this note here, which is going to be on that B natural minor chord. So I got pretty cool stuff that's happening there. This isn't anything too special, but again, this is going back to the B minor pentatonic scale. And the tabs on the screen, you can check that out. Love this phrase. So that moment in the chord changes, we have the G7 chord. So at that moment I chose just to move down to the G minor pentatonic scale. So same scale here, except I'm just shifting everything down here. So you may have noticed that I'm playing some additional notes other than the minor pentatonic notes. So what I'm playing there is the notes that I was playing in that scale anyways. What I was playing there is actually the G Dorian scale, but descending. Which sounds really cool, going down the scale. Up the scale over a G7, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to work for me anyways, but it sounds really cool if you're descending. So what I'm doing, so the phrase, again, barring here, very similar to what we're doing there. I'm barring here the 3rd fret, 1st and 2nd string, and then I'm using my 3rd finger, 5th fret here, and I'm doing a hammer on with my pinky, and then I'm here on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, barring here 2nd, 3rd strings, 3rd fret, and then sliding to the 2nd fret. So I got like that. Then 2nd fret, 4th string, so. And then moving just down the scale to the root, to the G. So full phrase. So what we have there. Ending of the solo, we're coming back to this area of the guitar. We're returning to the F sharp altered scale. Play up the scale. Now I'll show you what I was thinking. I wanted to target the 2 when we get to the B minor 7 chord. We're coming from F sharp 7 altered. So what I was using in the F sharp altered scale was from that root to this note here. Then after that, I still wanted to create some extra notes, so from there I decided to add some chromaticism, so moving one note at a time up to a target note. So from here, my next note here would be here or here, same note. So now I got, so that's a chromaticism. Then I'm going to this note. And then finally, I reach my target note. So playing that again. And that's what I was thinking of to get there. So again, same type of thinking with the other times I was using the altered scale. You're able to create some really, really interesting melodies using that concept with the F sharp altered. After that, I'm sliding into that same note here, except I'm moving everything up one string, and then I'm playing the same note, but this time I'm bending to it. So just a lot of mileage with just different variations on how to access that note on the guitar, right? So the first time I'm playing it is here, second time sliding to it from the 12th fret, and then slow bend up to it on the 2nd string. And then alright, and that's the breakdown of the solo. Hopefully this gave you some ideas on how to be a little bit more melodic and play a little bit more soulful over minor 12-bar blues. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.